between light skinned folks and dark skinned folks, especially chicks, like the ladies, young girls, of course. And when you sent me that link, Naila, apparently I had already watched it.
Okay.
And I was so happy that you also checked it.
Yes.
You're a lady.
Yes.
So what did you feel? Okay, just by the way, for the record, if you're listening to us, more details. There's a chick over there who's like apparently she sells like these products for light skinning, like making people lighter, whatever.
Skin.
Yeah. And then she's got like a massive brand, and she's young. I can tell she's like a Gen Z. I'm not gonna call her out. So she's been beefing with another girl who's kidogo dark skin, and that's the vibe that I got from that thread. It's been a big conversation in Kenya. Naila, what was going on through your mind when you saw that as a girl?
It's deeply rooted and to what we already feel and how we were made to feel since we were little. Light-skinned kids were favored. They still are, even to date.
For real?
For real. You can see, even in class, they're favored. And they get more packs.
How do you know about this?
They're picked, when I used to do modeling, they're picked over you. So that does something to your psychology. You always feel lighter skinned people are better than me. As much as I'm convinced, I love my skin, I love how I look. Dark is beautiful, but they get more packs.
That's
and
scary.
They always do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame somebody like Vera Sidika for, lightening her skin. I believe she gets more opportunities by just lightening her skin. Because that's what the world has taught all of us. That if your skin is light, you get more opportunities. It's deeply rooted to our culture, how we think.
When you say our culture, you mean Kenyans?
Africans, generally.
But what about Kenyans? Because somebody was saying on that thread that, this is so 2006. Back in the day when we used to check light-skinned models on billboards, these days I don't check them that much. But like, it feels like, from where I'm coming from, this feels really old school. This whole lightening thing. Like, trust me, like it's just, wow. Like, I can't even believe we're talking about this. So when I saw that thread and even what you're saying right now, that this thing is still rife, it's a narrative that's still alive in schools, in the modeling spaces, in marketing, for example, in the entertainment. I'm really surprised.
But I want to ask you, why is the business for lightening skin still booming if it's still old school?
I like that. So it's actually booming.
It is booming.
Badly.
Yes. They have business.
Yeah.
These people who are selling lightening skin products are in business and big business. Forget that. The people who even take tablets to change their skin color.
That sounds off.
It's happening.
That sounds so dangerous.
So it's not old school, by the way.
Yeah.
And you're a man, because it's something that I believe that whenever I'm with a friend who's light skinned, she'll be picked over me by a man. And I want to find out from you, because you're a man, today, what's beautiful to you? Is a dark skinned girl still beautiful? So, genuinely speaking,
for real,
for true, like, do not lie because you're on TV and radio, yes.
Okay, honestly, I even think Robert got his job because he's light skinned. I'm joking.
We're joking.
Yeah, but honestly, if I was to, you said if I was to pick a lady.
Yes, there's a light chick and a dark chick.
So let me just be real.
Be real.
I'm not gonna sound fake.
Do not lie.
I'll pick the light skin chick.
Why?
Cause
I just feel like in you.
No. It's not even about tribe. I'm naturally drawn to. I've always, since I was young. Nowadays, I mean, my wife is not even light skinned like that. She's chocolate like you. But Naila, you've put me in a spot. I think light skinned babes, just especially if it's natural, I think they just And
They're
Kwanzaa, if they have like
gorgeous.
good look, like if they have good hair
Uh-huh.
and have like a good body, I think it's amazing to
And
watch.
it's rare. And they're rare.
Well,
They're rare.
You're the
They're
one who's
rare.
saying that, no me.
No, I'm helping you with words. I'm helping you with words.
Well, I'm well read. I know my words. Listen, Naila. Okay, but the thing is this. Forget about my preferences. When I look at society these days, I have seen stunningly beautiful women who are not necessarily light skinned. And I can call them out. I don't need to. However, one thing I know is that it all boils down to your own individual preferences. There are people who feel like they would look better if they're slightly light skinned. And they have every right to buy those products. I can't call them out. Maybe, there's the day I had a conversation with a lady over here. And she told me, Kevin, this whole light skin thing in Kenya is a true thing. Like, it really works. You know why it works? Because it gets you access to places. Pretty privilege is a real thing. They call my boy, shout out to Papa. He told me way back in some school he was in. He told me, Kevin, in my school, as long as you light skin, you're pretty. That was the narrative. There used to be a bunch of white people and Indians over there in their school.
Okay.
You know what I mean, right? But let me tell you, this chick told me, the lady I was having a conversation with right here on SpiceFM. I kid you not, Naila, she told me, Kevin, I'd rather be dumb, but I'm very light skinned and I'm pretty and I have a good body. And I'm like, why would you say that?
What?
Because in Kenya, that's just going to get you stuff. It's going to get you a good rich man. You're probably going to get married easily, faster than a dark-skinned girl. At the same time, it's going to get you access to jobs. I'm like, are you serious? She told me, Kevin, this thing is so real in Kenya. Kenyans pretty much, whenever they see a light-skinned person, they assume she's smart. They assume she probably has a bit of money. Like, it's a weird narrative going on. May I understand?
I'm shaking my head
but
here.
That doesn't but for me, when it comes to these things for buying products for lightening your skin,
Yeah.
you do you, man. There's
Yeah.
even dudes who lighten their skin.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I don't even want to argue. Like, listen, as long as you're paying your taxes,
Yeah.
you're not trying to like attack me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Kenya, we've become so liberal. I'm just like, you do you.
Yeah.
There shouldn't even be some kind of beef between white people and light skinned people and dark skinned people talking about who's more confident, who's fake. No. I'm just like, yo, you wanna go buy those things? Knock yourself out, miss. If it's gonna affect your health, that's on you.
I think media representation has also encouraged you and I to believe that being light-skinned is better. Because when you see girls on the billboard, most of them are light-skinned. Adverts, they are light-skinned. Let's talk about colonialism and historical story behind.
That's very true, because in Africa, especially
it's deeply rooted
in the Kenyan context,
to hierarchies
yeah,
that were created during colonialism.
brilliant way of putting it. Proceed.
So you can't
Yeah.
tell me that it's a battle that we're going to win now.
Kenyans looked up to the white man,
We looked, yes.
to the white woman.
Not just Kenyans, Africans.
Yeah, the Indians, because we're light skinned.
Because
Like,
look at Nigerians
exactly.
as well.
Kwanzaa Congolese.
And Congolese.
It's even
oh
worse
my
over there.
God. It's crazy.
It's crazy. But Naila, what do? You can't start preaching a narrative. People have to decide to live whatever lives they want. At this point in 2025,
For me, my concern is
I can't
I
just see.
pray that
yeah,
those things that they're using on their skins is not affecting their organs.
that too. Yeah, that's the only thing you can say. I guess.
Their health concern, that's my concern. Their
Yeah.
health concern is my concern. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I would genuinely ask you, if you're using those things, be careful, because you don't know 30 years from now, how is your body gonna look like?
It's like that conversation for enhancing your body parts. Some people have, like, these days, people have enough money to change the shape of their noses, to get like a bigger chest, a bigger backside or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, listen, if it gives you confidence,
Yeah.
if you feel like you're happier like that,
Yeah.
if you feel like you can accept yourself,
Yeah.
forget even about other people.
Yeah.
If you feel like you can look at yourself and you're like, with this nose, with this chest, I think I look better like this.
Yeah.
Listen, I can never call you out.
Yeah.
We're in a liberal space these days. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. But only thing I don't like is when now, whatever I saw on the internet, this chick abusing the other chick, saying that, oh, you're fake, and this other chick saying, no, you're fake because you're light skinned. Nah, me, I'm dark skinned. It means I'm authentic. Are we really going to have that conversation?
But but truly, I think there has to be a conversation, a deeper conversation, even with the upcoming generation, the young kids, just making them feel beautiful
That's
at
true.
the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Because the cost of improving or trying to make yourself look like somebody else, you're not ever going to accept yourself, your identity, who you are. You're getting lost in all this trying to lighten your skin, going to change how you look. It will affect your identity at the end of the day. You'll never feel like yourself. Who am I at the end of the day?
I like how you put it, because it's not even, sometimes when you dig deeper, it's not even really about the skin.
Yeah.
Some people have deep-seated issues, like you have serious insecurities. You just you don't like yourself.
Yeah.
You don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah, you don't know who you are anymore. When somebody looks at your picture and they look at the person who has been transformed, you look like two different people.
You're still even struggling to accept
the person that
new version of your light skin self.
So I think first of all, just self-belief is so important, because things change. You'll age. At the end of the day, you're gonna grow old.
Exactly. It's like people who have a lot of tattoos. I'm just like, okay, fine. Your tattoos look dope, but I feel like it's more than just a tattoo. I feel like you don't really like yourself, so you're trying to have this new version of yourself, thinking you're so cool.
Yeah.
Naila, all in all, for me, and I'm going to say something that's only relevant to my life. Maybe you can pick on whatever I'm going to say, but honestly, like if you're caught up in your looks, then it just shows that you're looking at things from a very surface level.
Yeah.
For me, I remember back in the day, there's also an addiction for people who really, really want to be like so masculine, and they have a lot of muscles. They're constantly on the mirror, and I've seen men do it. In the gym,
I cannot
you're
stand
constantly
a man
flexing.
who is on the mirror. We're fighting for the mirror.
Ako hivi. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, bro, at some point for me, because remember back in the day, I also really, really wanted to have like massive shoulders.
Yeah.
I realized what worked for me.
Like Johnny Bravo?
Bigger than Johnny Bravo. One thing I realized.
What happened?
You know how I got peace? I just started praying a lot.
I'm gonna bring.
No, but now I feel like my shoulders are big enough. However, when I prayed a lot, and it doesn't have to work for you. Maybe prayer doesn't work for you. Maybe you need therapy. But when I started praying a lot, somehow I realized there's a deeper version of me than even just being identified as a masculine guy with a lot of muscles.
Yeah.
Or it could be anybody else.
Yeah.
You realize that these things are very temporary.
They are very temporary.
You just dig deep and you realize, people. You know how people usually say, "Ati, I'm a spirit in a body." No, you're not. You're a body in a spirit. Your real version is a spiritual version.
Agreed.
When you're in touch with that, then you realize all these things that you're experiencing are just vanity. Like they're just gonna fade away.
I think what I would do, despite of how I look, despite what everybody else think, whether I'm light-skinned, dark-skinned, is to dig deeper. Who am I? Just reflecting on who you are.
More than just your body.
Because there is nothing as beautiful as just having your own confidence. When somebody walks in here, whether they're gorgeous or not, but they're confident.
It's called core confidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing as...
It's so attractive. Oh my God.
So attractive.
It's crazy attractive, yeah.
So I would push for more confidence. I would push for what's on my mind. Am I pushing myself to the next level as a person? Yes, I must look beautiful. I must look gorgeous. I must look everything else. But what's on my mind?
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's come back, guys, and talk about a lot of other things. The gray zone. It's 27 minutes after 5. This whole light skin, dark skin conversation was big over the weekend. Apparently, there was some sort of tiff between light skin people and dark skin, especially mamas. What are your thoughts? We just had a conversation about that. 0719012600. Right now, Snoop Dogg, I Wanna Rock.
The Spice Drive, the official soundtrack of getting you where you need to be.
Right about now.